Lizzo pulled a classic influencer move, which was to disappear from the internet entirely for just a little while, and then come back gently, a little quieter, not stirring up any trouble, and then a full-scale return where they claim they're a new person. They've changed. They've gone through so much growth. It's always an attempt to ride out the storm and hope that the internet has forgotten what you've done. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Sam, and I am so excited to have you all here again with me this week. If you are new here, and this is the first time you are seeing my face, welcome. I make weekly videos dissecting internet nonsense, so if you're into that type of thing, or you like today's video, I hope that you'll consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out the channel and make sure you never miss another upload from me. Today, I want to talk with you all about Lizzo, because I feel like lately I've been getting inundated with news article after news article and story after story and TikTok after TikTok about Lizzo. And if you're unaware, the reason that this is happening and the reason she's starting to show up so much more frequently is because she's been losing weight. And there has been so much conversation about this. There are some people who are left feeling inspired and starting their own workouts. Others are left feeling confused because she's always told us that she eats healthy and that her job is highly demanding and active, so therefore she's healthy.
I have a very high performance job. For 90 minutes a night, I have to do choreography, I have to sing, I have to dance, I have to rap, and I have to play the flute. And I have to emote and hype a crowd. In very tight clothes, sometimes clothes where it restricts my breathing. And it's fun. I love my job. It takes a lot of physical endurance to do what I do.
She even named herself the queen of body positivity before adapting both body positive and fat liberation talking points into her content. And now she's posting straight up before and after weight loss videos. And the reason that I really want to talk about this today is I think Lizzo's weight loss isn't just about her changing her appearance or fixing her mental health, which is what she would like us to believe. I think her weight loss is revealing all of the inconsistencies that have always existed within her public persona. But I also think it has a lot to do with PR. Let's take a look at what I've put together for you, and I'm going to let you decide, because there's a lot to unpack here. First, for years, almost the entirety of her public career, Lizzo has been telling us that she does not need to lose weight because she is healthy. And in doing so, she has somewhat subtly claimed that she is just naturally fat because she has a demanding job and she has to be on stage for 2 hours, but she also kept telling us that she was eating pretty healthfully. And her fans ate this up. They were so rabid in their reminders, especially to people who criticized Lizzo, that Lizzo was healthy, that Lizzo was athletic, and that you could be fat and healthy. They needed to cling on to this, and they did. Every time she said it, they just ate that right on up. And honestly, it makes me wonder where they are now that she's starting to lose weight very publicly, claiming that she's in a calorie deficit, because she's kind of, again, undone the very thing she'd been building for years. So I do generally wonder where those people are. I mean, you guys, she is openly talking about losing weight by working out and eating in a calorie deficit.
Now because I'm working out and in a calorie deficit.
And now that she's come forward and fully admitted that publicly, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that even when she was saying those things before, there was always more to the story. There were things we couldn't see, things that were happening off camera, because again, people were eating up the things she was saying, But we always knew that there was an inconsistency there. I mean, her social media handle is Lizzo Be Eating, for crying out loud. It's really not that hard to put the pieces of the puzzle together. She was posting video after video after video of herself eating junk food. And somehow people were still eating out of the palm of her hand that she was healthy in her fatness just because she had an active job. I also find it interesting that as a part of those claims that she was making, she was hiding a lot behind her vegan diet and implying that because she was vegan, that automatically meant she was eating healthfully. But we know that veganism doesn't automatically mean health. You would think for a group who's claiming fatness doesn't automatically equal not health, that they would get this, right? Vegan and healthy are not synonymous. There are plenty of vegan junk foods out there, and we were seeing Lizzo partake in them on her social media. And what's interesting is that a part of this saga of her losing weight is that she recently announced she will be leaving veganism behind. But even in her video admission, she's trying to play both sides of the fence.
Would I eat in a day as a former vegan who added protein to her diet? My reintroduction to protein started with Japan. Someone suggested I try a Japanese diet because it's one of the healthiest diets in the world and it has some of my favorite foods. When I got to Japan, I was in awe at how clean and delicious their food was. I indulged in fresh sushi and fluffy egg, and I was amazed at how good my body felt the next day. And that led me on a journey to figure out how animal proteins affect my body. After tests and research, I found that animal proteins helped me have more energy, lose weight, and helped with my mental fog. I do believe that the vegan diet is still the healthiest diet to have, and I aspire to one day be a raw alkaline vegan.
For me, as someone who also once upon a time claimed to go vegan for health reasons before becoming a junk food vegan, it's funny to watch this happen because I can see right through it. Like, it's wild. I feel like I'm watching myself when I watch Lizzo say these things, because even as she's admitting that veganism did not work for her, and that's why she's leaving it behind, in the same breath, she's literally saying that not only does she want to go vegan again in the future, but she wants to follow one of the most restrictive vegan diets by going not only raw, but also alkaline. There has already been an entire generation of people who were vegan online and followed people who were raw vegans. Spoiler alert, it did not end well for a majority of them.
How many of you have ever felt personally victimized by Regina George?
So it's interesting to me to watch Lizzo try to leave veganism behind, because she's doing this thing where I said she's playing both sides of the fence, right? I'm leaving veganism, but I want to be vegan. She's trying not to create too much tension for herself. She's doing the exact same thing when it comes to having named herself the queen of body positivity while now actively losing weight. She's trying so desperately to cling to both sides. And she's doing that while she's posting videos of herself making green smoothies, working out, and even posting before and after videos of her weight loss. And when you see those clips and they're silenced and you're hearing my voice in the background, you might be thinking to yourself, Sam, what are you talking about? She's clearly left body positivity behind. Look at her content. She's full-on fitness influencer, right? Wrong. When you see some of these workout videos, she is doing the most, again, desperately clinging to the body positivity and fat liberation crowds by doing these really, really cringy voiceovers talking about how much she loves being fat.
There's been a lot of comments on my body lately, so this workout video comes with a message. I love this fat ass. Okay? I love my body.
I'm in the blind items. I'm in the blind items for using Ozempic. Y'all are making such a commotion for a bitch that's still obese. Y'all breaking your backs making blog posts about a bitch that's still 200 pounds. Where is this kerfluffle coming from? Why are people so shocked? Do I really look that dramatically different, or have you just not been paying attention?
Do you see what I mean? It's so cringy. And I feel like the reason it's cringy is that she is so desperately holding on, right? She's basically white knuckling this group and saying, no, I still want to be a part of you, while actively participating in everything that movement denounces online. It's also very interesting to me that fat activists, for the most part, have been eerily silent as this is happening, because usually they're very vocal. And that makes me wonder, is this the end of an era? Because their so-called queen is out here making workout videos and protein drinks, and she's tagging celebrity personal trainers. Even though Lizzo is a person who's built their entire brand based upon the confidence in their body, to me, that is all a facade. And I pegged it a really long time ago. When I watched her content regularly, it was so clear to me that Lizzo was just like any other fat person. She was dealing with really deep insecurities, but pretending otherwise, especially online and in the public eye. And she's been proving that for a long while. Like when she did the smoothie cleanse, when she launched a shapewear brand, then when she went vegan, and even now as she claims she'll go vegan again in the future. If she were so confident with herself, she wouldn't be doing all of these things to try to make herself healthy and to change the shape of her body. And so to me, what that means is she was not as comfortable in her body as she wanted her followers to believe. So therefore, there are inconsistencies within this public persona of her being so confident and so happy and so healthy, even though she was fat. But here is the biggest issue for me when it comes to Lizzo's weight loss arc. And that is that people are remembering that Lizzo disappeared from the internet. And I don't mean that Lizzo disappeared completely. Of course, she has still been on the internet, but she's been much quieter. She has stopped with her wild antics, and she also stopped posting so much about her partying. What I think people are forgetting is that her disappearance from the internet and her becoming quieter and stopping posting about her partying and starting to lose weight, every single bit of that coincides with the public drop of a lawsuit where her former dancers accused her of creating a hostile work environment. The detailed allegations within that lawsuit are so incredibly disturbing. And I have talked about them here on the channel, so if you're unaware, I will try to remember to link that video down below. But the truth is, Lizzo has not been able to just get that thing tossed out, which in my opinion means that there is some credibility to the dancers' accusations. After that lawsuit dropped, Lizzo pulled a classic influencer move, which was to disappear from the internet entirely for just a little while, and then come back gently, a little quieter, not stirring up any trouble, and then a full-scale return, where they claim they're a new person, they've changed, they've gone through so much growth. It's always an attempt to ride out the storm and hope that the internet has forgotten what you've done. In my opinion, I think this return and this sudden change to talking about her weight loss, but also her self-improvement, I think all of that is a very calculated PR move. And I think it's Lizzo choosing to re-enter the public sphere on her own terms. And what I mean by that is talking about her body. It is something she has always done, and I think it's something that she's comfortable with, which is talking about her appearance. Her body has always been a part of her brand. And I know there are people out there who disagree with that, but her frickin' company is called Big Girls Incorporated. So miss me with the arguments that her body is not part of her brand. I'm just never going to agree. So don't come at me with that. Because it really is, and she is really comfortable talking about her body publicly, which again is the reason I think she would make this shift as she's trying to come back into the public space. It's also interesting to me that she did all of this while reminding us that she is incredibly wealthy. Wealthy enough to take a gap year off of her career, wealthy enough to travel extensively even while not working, wealthy enough to hire a celebrity personal trainer as well as PR agents who are all working overtime now to make sure that when people are thinking and talking about Lizzo, they're talking about her weight loss and her self-improvement rather than the lawsuit that's hanging over her head to this day. But here's the thing for me, and it's a hard truth. Lizzo can drop the pounds, she can drop the veganism, she could drop green smoothie recipes all day, she can drop millions on a celebrity personal trainer and PR agents, but she can't drop the truth. And she can't sweat her way out of this lawsuit. And even though she's trying really hard to escape it, I have not forgotten about her dancers, and I will continue to use my platform to make sure other people have not forgotten about those dancers. All right, that is all I have for you all today. At this point, I am so curious to know what you think. Have you seen these news articles about Lizzo losing weight? Did you also feel like they just kind of came out of nowhere and now it's just very overwhelming? You're just hearing about Lizzo nonstop? Because for a long while, I'd almost forgotten she existed. And now it's just thing after thing after thing with Lizzo in the title. And I want someone to talk about this lawsuit. I don't care about the weight loss. Talk about her lawsuit. Do you think that this is a PR stunt? What do you think about her leaving veganism as well as body positivity, but trying so desperately to cling to both? Because it was kind of interesting to see that that's a trend for her. So I'm curious to see if you noticed that and what you think about it. Please let me know what you're thinking in the comment section down below. You know I love to read your opinions, and I will be there liking and hearting comments right after this video goes up, so please leave them for me down below. And for all my introvert friends out there who may not feel comfortable leaving your opinion in an internet comment section, I see you, I feel you. Go ahead and leave me a side-eye emoji today, because I feel like we gotta let Lizzo know that we are not so distracted by her PR attempts that we don't see exactly what she's doing. As always, thank you all so much for being here with me this week. I will see you in the next one. Bye.